Hi. Often during the course of our preparation we feel demotivated, dejected, and we feel like giving up, and that happens frequently. Or for example, consider today as Sunday. You feel very fresh, you feel like starting your new week from Monday onwards with a lot of energy and enthusiasm, but at the end of fourth day or fifth day, maybe after third day itself, you'll start feeling some passivation effects. So by the way, this is all normal and you need not really worry about that, but the challenge we have here is how do we motivate ourselves, or how do we push ourselves in spite of having such fluctuations in our preparation, some downs and ups in our preparation. So that's the challenge we have here. So keeping these things in mind, we have started this new concept of retrograde schedule for our Mission 60 batch. The details of Mission 60 batch have already been presented to you in one of the videos. So the concept here is to keep you motivated, to analyze your time, and to allow you to understand what exactly you have been doing the whole day. But we have a challenge here. If you plan your schedule, for example, I just woke up now, assume that it's 5 o'clock now in the morning, so I just wake up and I just plan my schedule based on some format, there is a greater chance for us to fail, or we might obviously feel pressure in implementing that plan. Maybe for 1 or 2 days you might do that well, but third day, fourth day, fifth day, you might find it really challenging and even stressful to implement your plan, isn't it? Your own plan. So keeping these challenges in mind, we have come up with this concept of retrograde schedule. But I suggest you that if you're really good at planning and implementing your plan, then I suggest you to go in a normal way. However, if you find it really challenging and stressful to implement your plan, you can follow these retrograde schedules. So no matter what kind of format you follow, whether you proceed forward or retrograde, the basic designs of schedules, I'll explain them now, and then I'll explain you what are the advantages of these retrograde schedules, right? So as you can see here on board, we have 24-hour schedule or daily schedule on one side and weekly schedule on the other side. So we have the soft copies of these schedules available in our e-classes or Google groups or WhatsApp update group. All you need to do is just drop a mail, I'll send you the soft copy, right? So before that, as you can see here, we are divided the entire day into almost 7 sessions. So each session lasting for 3 hours, and we have further broken down these sessions into 1 hour basis. So as you can see here, so session 1 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and also I've mentioned here a column by the name activity, so that you can just make a note of what you have done in that particular hour, and also notes is added separately as a column so that you can write down your personal feelings, or if at all you find that you need to improve in a particular area, or if at all you might forget certain things. So if you want to just note down there as a reminder, maybe you can use that space here. So that's how we have divided the daily schedule into rows and columns with the following headings, right? So this is the basic layout and format, right? And similarly, we have these weekly schedules, as you can see, Sunday to Saturday, and we have added up number of columns, like as you can see, number of hours of study on Sunday, and also number of MCQs done compared to that of target MCQs. So you can add, you can just add up the target number of MCQs by writing down slash there. So number of MCQs you have done against the target MCQs which you have put in your mind, and the number of hours of sleep, the number of hours you spent on smartphone or mobile. That's very, very important, isn't it? You'll have an idea how much time you're wasting actually, or maybe you're just losing time in the process. I'll not say wasting, because smartphone you can use it, you have positives as well as negatives, right? So negatives, obviously it's like wasting your time. And also you can add up another separate column, that is number of hours spent on other miscellaneous activities, so that you can just keep an eye on your daily schedule as well as on your weekly schedule. So similarly, we have this weekly schedule soft copy format. You can just drop a mail, we'll send you the details, right? So this is the basic layout of the schedules which we have designed. So the most important benefit you're going to derive from these schedules is that, before that, let me just answer this question. If you're really good at planning, So wake up early in the morning, 4:45, 5 a.m. or no matter when you wake up. The sooner you wake up, you plan your day accordingly and then implement these schedules, right? Note down all your activities beforehand. Beforehand, you can just note down the activities and then you can proceed, follow your day as per your plan. But if you are really finding it challenging or stressful to follow, as I mentioned previously, all that you have to do is follow the same schedule in a retrograde manner. It means before sleeping, at the end of the day, just 15 or 20 minutes before you sleep, just allot 15 or 20 minutes for noting down all the activities which you have done on that specific day. If you find it really tough to remember all that you have done throughout the day, at least you can fill up these schedules at the end of each session. Maybe at the end of first session, you can just make a note roughly like what you have done each hour and notes pertaining to that if necessary. Or you can do that session wise, retrograde style, or you can do that at a stretch at the end of the day before sleeping. All it takes is only 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to tell you the importance why or the benefits what you're going to derive by following these schedules. And similarly, once you're done with 7 days of these daily schedule or 24-hour schedule, then you will have an idea like how many hours. So based on your daily schedules, all it takes is around another 20 or 30 minutes maximum to fill up these details. So number of hours of study on Sunday, so maybe approximately 6 hours, Monday 8 hours, Tuesday. So likewise you can just make a note of number of hours you're putting in actually for study. It can include your MCQs, topic wise discussions, or any live sessions which you are attending, no matter what it is. Anything which is dedicated to study, you can allot that, obviously, isn't it? And also number of MCQs you're practicing every day can be noted here. Number of hours of sleep, an average value can be obtained, and number of hours you're putting in on a smartphone uses can also be noted down here. And most importantly, at the end of the week, you will know how many hours you are spending the entire week for study, how many MCQs you are practicing that particular week, and how many hours you're sleeping. Divided by 7, you'll get the average value, and number of hours you're spending on smartphone. That's the main addiction and challenge most of us do have, isn't it? Even I have to admit. Frankly, even I am addicted partly to smartphone. So how do we minimize this smartphone? So based on this, you'll just have an idea. And regarding how to minimize the use of smartphone, we already discussed that in one of the live sessions previously. We'll do that separately again. So these schedules ultimately are going to give you an idea on how your preparation is. It gives you an opportunity to analyze your preparation and the weakness where you have in your preparation, so that you can highlight this weakness based on these schedules and you can start working on them and improvise on them, isn't it? So you'll be knowing how many hours you're studying. So based on that, you'll know whether you have to increase the number of hours or not. You'll know how many hours you're spending time on smartphone. Based on that, you'll know how to minimize or how to really overcome that problem by implementing certain measures which we have already discussed previously, and how many hours you're sleeping, and also how many hours you're spending on other activities. It can be eating, talking, casual sleeping, or it can be anything, any other miscellaneous activities. So in a given 24-hour time, in a 24-hour time frame, how is your activity going on? So that assessment can be done brilliantly with these schedules. I have personally followed these schedules 15 days or 2 weeks approximately before my exam. Later I just left it, but now all of a sudden I felt like since we have 2 months time, it's very important for us to keep a tab on our preparation. Self-analysis is very important. See, frankly speaking, no one is going to come and analyze you and say, hey, study for 1 more hour or decrease the smartphone use. You're not kids, right? We're all not kids. Of course, maybe I'm adult. You're not kids, right? So the best thing you can do is self-analysis, and that self-analysis can be done best when you have a proper schedule which allows you to understand objectively what exactly is happening in your particular day. You have to be sincere enough in noting down all these things, and I'm quite sure, I'm telling you wholeheartedly, by the end of 2 weeks or 3 weeks after implementing these schedules, you're going to see a much improvement. It's not that first 2-3 weeks will be wasted, but you'll definitely improve on a greater scale. and you'll know, and you'll come to an extent that you'll realize that what you're studying, the amount of duration which you're putting in is not really sufficient, and you'll automatically, with that kind of intrinsic motivation which is generated by these schedules, will allow you to spend more and more and more time for your preparation. And ultimately all this is to gain confidence, but not to lose confidence. These schedules are meant to allow you to increase your confidence levels, isn't it? So be sincere enough, utilize this 60 days maximum for the preparation as much as possible, and most importantly, make sure that you take a printout of all these schedules. I have the soft copies. I'll provide you the soft copies. I have already done that. Even I am following these schedules along with you, because even once I start following along with you, then you would believe me, then maybe you will just think that, okay, this guy is doing okay, let me try. So that's the reason why, to set an example, even I am following these schedules. Of course, I am getting mails from students saying that, sir, we are following these schedules, this is how it's happening, do you want us to improve further? That's quite brilliant, right? So you just get printouts. Maybe how many printouts do you need? 2 months. So daily schedule, some 60 papers. Weekly schedules, you have 2 months, so approximately 8 to 10 papers. Hardly you need 100 papers of printout, which costs you less than 100 rupees. And for this spiral binding, so that it looks good, so that your book looks good, it hardly costs you some 30 or 35 rupees. In my place, it's 25 rupees. So it costs you less than 150 rupees to prepare this schedule book. And this is nothing but your logbook, allows you to analyze your preparation. Most importantly, as I said, self-analysis can be done for your improvement, right? So I'm quite sure you'll be following this, and you need any assistance, drop a mail. You want any customization, drop a mail. You want the soft copies, drop a mail. You can drop a mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com 24/7. And I wish you all the best. Love you all.